February 1959. 9 seasoned hikers braved the unforgiving cold of the Russian wilderness, seeking adventure on the slopes of Kholat-Syakhl. What began as a quest for discovery ended in unspeakable tragedy. Bodies scattered across the snow, their tent ripped open from within, some half-dressed, bearing mysterious and catastrophic injuries. For 65 years, the world obsessed over every detail of the Dyatlov Pass incident, conjuring explanations as wild as UFOs, secret Soviet weapons, and Yeti attacks. But now in 2024, a breakthrough study published in the prestigious Nature journal has at last confirmed the truth. An avalanche was the cause, and the evidence is now irrefutable. This is the journey of how science finally solved Russia's greatest cold case. We'll walk through the fateful night, explore the forensic simulations that recreated the disaster, and reveal how decades of conspiracy and cover-up were undone by the sharp lens of modern physics. The Dyatlov Pass story is no longer folklore or speculation, it's forensic fact. The frozen campsite, February 1st, 1959. Igor Dyatlov, a skilled leader, and his group of hikers set up their tent on a gentle, snowy slope just below the summit of Kholat-Syakhl. The temperature plunged to minus 30 degrees Celsius. Sometime in the early morning hours, an event so terrifying and sudden struck that the hikers slashed their way out of the tent and fled barefoot into the darkness. 5 would perish from hypothermia, their bodies found scattered and exposed. 4 others suffered devastating internal injuries, fractured skulls, broken ribs, and in some cases, missing eyes and tongues. The official Soviet investigation closed the file with a chilling phrase: an unknown compelling force. But the mystery only grew. Soviet investigators discovered traces of radiation on some of the hikers' clothes and quickly sealed away the case files. The secrecy fueled a global storm of conspiracy theories. Was the Soviet military testing secret missiles nearby? Did a Yeti stalk the camp? Had extraterrestrial visitors intervened? With no clear answers and the government's silence, the Dyatlov Pass incident became one of the world's most enduring unsolved mysteries. Even when Russian authorities reopened the case in 2019, the truth remained elusive. That changed in 2024 when physicists Johann Gaum and Alexander Puzrin, leading a team of Dutch and Swiss scientists, asked a bold question. What if the answer was far simpler than anyone imagined? What if a rare kind of avalanche could occur on the very slope where the hikers camped? Contrary to decades of expert opinion, armed with the latest weather data, snowpack analysis, and advanced computer modeling, the team set out to recreate the conditions of that night. Their focus was on a slab avalanche, a phenomenon where a dense sheet of snow breaks away from a weaker layer beneath. Traditionally, experts believed such avalanches required steep inclines, but Gaume and Puzrin's simulations proved otherwise. A slab avalanche could, in fact, be triggered on slopes as shallow as 28 degrees. The exact angle of the Dyatlov campsite did charade. What caused this delayed release? The researchers found that katabatic winds, powerful cold gusts descending from higher elevations, could have steadily accumulated snow above the tent. As the hikers dug into the slope to secure their shelter, they inadvertently destabilized the snowpack. Hours later, a slab of snow, heavy and silent, broke loose and slid directly into the tent. The force was not enough to bury the group, but the pressure wave slammed into their bodies like an explosion, fracturing bones and causing catastrophic injuries. The 2024 Nature journal study went further, matching the hikers' injuries with those seen in real-world avalanche survivors. The fractured skulls and chest trauma, consistent with the blunt force of a snow slab's impact. The missing eyes and other soft tissue injuries, explained by post-mortem scavenging by animals. The traces of radiation linked to the hikers' lanterns, not secret weapons or nuclear testing. Even the infamous unknown compelling force was revealed to be the powerful air blast accompanying the avalanche's rapid descent. For decades, skeptics argued that an avalanche would have buried the tent, or required a steeper slope. The new simulations overturned these assumptions, showing that the slab avalanche could have left the tent torn but mostly visible, and the shallow angle was no obstacle. The delayed timing, occurring hours after the hikers settled in, matched perfectly with the group's last diary entry. January 31st, strong winds, tent damaged, wrote Dyatlov, just hours before disaster struck. The wind, scientists now know, primed the slope for failure, and the hikers had no warning. In the emotional peak of this story, we return to Igor Dyatlov's final words. The hikers believed they were safe, their only concern the bitter wind and a damaged tent. They had no inkling that a silent wall of snow, triggered by their own actions and the merciless weather, would strike in the night. When the avalanche hit, it was sudden, overwhelming, and impossible to predict. The group's desperate flight into the cold was a last, futile attempt to survive. With the publication of the 2024 Nature study, the Russian government officially closed the Dyatlov Pass case. The verdict? A natural disaster, not a conspiracy. The families of the 9 hikers finally received answers after decades of uncertainty and speculation. The avalanche theory, once dismissed, is now confirmed by rigorous science. And in the web of rumors about aliens, weapons, and supernatural forces, the Dyatlov Pass mystery is now solved. The tragic deaths of 9 young explorers were the result not of cosmic intervention or Cold War secrets, but of a rare and deadly convergence of weather, terrain, and human activity. Science, armed with new data and powerful simulations, has triumphed over myth. The legacy of the Dyatlov Pass incident endures, but it is no longer shrouded in confusion. It stands as a testament to the power of scientific inquiry, to probe old mysteries, challenge assumptions, and bring closure to the families and communities left in the shadow of tragedy. The 2024 Nature Journal study is more than a scientific paper. It is an answer, long awaited and rooted in the relentless pursuit of truth. For anyone searching for the truth behind the Dyatlov Pass, the case is now closed. No conspiracies, no aliens, just the cold, impartial facts of nature. A perfect storm outmatched only by the determination of those who finally solved it. Subscribe to Digital Verdict, True Crime,